What's good, everybody? It's your boy Tico on Blitz, back at it again with another video. And today we are going to be taking a look at one of the deadliest mediums at the moment currently standing in World of Tanks Blitz, and that is the STB-1. This is the Tier 10 Japanese Tech Tree Medium. And I do really mean that it is the deadliest medium, considering the fact that it has deadly amounts of turret armor and paired with 11 degrees of gun depression, which will make this thing very flexible on those angular ridge lines. And speaking of that, once we go ahead and take a look at the front of its turret, it has upwards of 175mm thick and 110mm thickness of frontal hull armor. And then taking a look from the perspective of a Leopard 1, this is what you can expect. Of course, the upper and lower plates are going to be auto penetrations, considering they have upwards of 164 and 126 upon these two areas. And these two little cheeks that occur on the side of the gun mantlet are going to be able to be overmatched, but there's a slight chance that they are, having upwards of 223 on this cheek and 217 on this cheek, along with the hatch on the roof, which you can easily overmatch, having upwards of only 100 to 90mm thick. And then the part that comes in that makes the STB-1 an extremely deadly foe to face on the battlefield is the turret. You can see that there are very many troll spots that occur and are going to be, in fact, auto ricochets, including the fact that it has 11 degrees of gun depression. When this tank is fully hull down is where this tank becomes extremely deadly. And I really do mean that, because the majority of the hatch is currently hidden, so good luck trying to hit that, along with these two cheeks reducing down to a point to where it's gonna be slim to none % chances that you're gonna be able to cut through the turret with this thing. Even when loading the heats on a Leopard 1, it still would make zero difference whatsoever, for that matter. And then side of the vehicle would look like this. The side of the turret is upwards of 158 on the full-on side to about 89 on its rear, and then the full-on side, 75 on the frontal side, and 91 on the back side. And then finally, the rear of the vehicle is where it would come down to its weak points. 25mm thick on the full-on rear, and 37mm on the back of the turret. Of course, HEs are going to be vulnerable to cut through and outmatch this vehicle, for that matter. Along with that, this tank carries 3,124 damage per minute with a 6.34 second reload time. This tank also carries premium AP shells along with that. So, for the millimeters of pen, this vehicle carries 265 on the standard, 324 on the premium AP, and 57 on the high explosive, combined as well with 330 average damage on the standard, 320 on the premium AP, and 380 on the high explosive. And then this would also factor in with the tank as well, as that it has a 2.8 second aiming time with 0.277 dispersion, making it very accurate when fully aimed in. And then maneuverability-wise, the tank goes at a top speed of 53 kilometers per hour with the amazing reverse of 20. That is my favorite feature varying on the tank that currently has this reverse speed, and with a very solid power to weight of 23.1 while at it. So we are going to be getting into some gameplay with the STB-1 and seeing how we fare well in a couple of games. And here we are in battle number 1. Let's see what they got in terms of mediums. Let's see. They have a Progetto 65. Okay, that looks like that is it. So what we are going to do is we are going to mosey on over towards the hillside. I don't know what my Leopard is doing at the moment. Okay, so he's going up there. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and mosey on over this side. Hopefully the Leopard does end up coming alongside me. Or not, for that matter, because I am going to make my way over towards the hill right over here and see how I can fare well against the Progetto 65 if he does end up coming on over here. I have no idea what my turret just did right there just about now. But, anyways, let's see if this Progetto is going to poke on upwards. I am waiting for him at the moment. So, we're going to go ahead, mosey on through just over to this side. Let's see what else that they got that's going to poke on out over to A side. Alright. So it looks like nobody at the moment, which is good. Alright, so it could be that the Pergetto decided not to come over to that side, but I got the majority of their enemies spotted off towards the side. There we go, a nice tap into the Jagdpanzer. We are just going to continue farming out some damage into him. We got the top of his tank spotted. There we go, 292 shot. I was spotted for the time being, so do want to be careful at that. Oh, they got somebody in A, so I better go ahead and take care of whoever's over here. Oh, and there's a Pergetto for that matter. All right. So what I am going to do is I am going to get on out of here. All right, because I do not want to be rushed by 2 vehicles. All right, moseying on down the hill right over here. All right, there we go. We're just going to go ahead and poke on out right around here. Let's see what they got that's going to poke on over here. All right, Pergetto is still up there at the moment. All right, what is our Kron doing? Like, bro, you're still in base, bro? Like, what are you doing? Oh, so that was what over there. Okay, an M6-Yo. Okay, reloading once again. 3, 2, 1. All right. There's another chunker into you. We're just going to continue farming out some damage into this guy at the moment. Here we go. 255 chunker. He is still... All right, 3, 2, 1. Unfortunately, we are not able to get that shell out, but there's the Pergetto right there. We're just going to back on up just a little bit. 3, 2, 1. He misses his shell, which is good. All right, so that gives us the opportunity to go on up there. And wow, my Leopard actually comes back and saves me. Holy cow. What a turn of events, if I should say. Apparently. All right, Pergetto's going to mosey on down. So I'm going to go ahead and get the hill right over here. Ouch. And he gets chunker for a pretty solid chunk of his hit points, for that matter. All right, let's see what else that they got spotted. All right, so we're going to mosey on up the hill right over here. We got that type over towards the side right there. We are able to spot him. Fortunately, the shell didn't go to where I was aiming, so we're going to reload once again. That's the good thing about having some DPM, is that you can dump out some shells just like that and literally ruin your enemy's days. Unfortunately, that is if you hit them all. Unfortunately, that did not go to where I was aiming. Okay. So, you also got to remember that the STB-1 also kind of lacks shells flying from a distance. You're not going to necessarily hit every shot at a distance, but if the game allows you to, for that matter, then whoop-de-doo for you. Okay, so anyways, got some more enemies over here, so what I'm going to do, alright, we got the 183 off in the back right here. Going to continue moseying on up towards him. Let's see if I can get a chunker into him before he backs on downwards. Perfect, and we get the clear into the 183. That's really good. Okay. So let us see what we can do against these guys. We got the E100 out in the open. Let's see if I can get a shell into him real quick. Unfortunately not, as he does mosey on down at the last second. Got the Jagdpanzer right over here too. We are able to see him for a little bit. So we're going to get a nice chunker into his hatch. We're staying put right here at the moment. We are in a good position to where we can farm as much off of this Yag as possible. That is, if I am able to pen my shells. So we are going to continue staying put right here. Wow, and then he moves again at the last second. So anyways, we're going to stay put on this Yag. We're going to miss again, which is unfortunate. So 3, 2, 1. All right, he is going to try to aim up on me. There we go, 317 shot into you. All right, reloading once again. You are not able to see me. There's another chunker into you. 3, 2, 1. We are literally ruining this guy's day at the moment. Oh my gosh, that is the problem with tanks just moseying back and forth, is that you can barely hit the hatches. There we go. Now we got the clear into him. Alright, so now the E100 is the only enemy remaining. So we're just going to try our best over here to support our Kron. So we're moseying on through. Let's see if we can get some more damage out into this enemy E100. There we go. 395 chunker into him. Reloading once again. 3, 2, 1. We got to fire in the premium AP, as I do not have the pen factors on the standard to cut through an angled turret like that. But that is a very solid game. First game to be exact. Breaking past 3,500 damage. Showcasing some pretty amazing gameplay, per usual, about the STB-1, or demonstrating the tank in a thorough performance at that. Doing top on the team while at it. Alrighty, so I am going to go ahead and resupply right there, and then make it onward to battle number 2. So, Really, the STB-1, as I forgot to mention, is really only deadly when you're using it hold down. Kind of like that, but to a point to where if you have enemy tanks that are like flat out in the open, no matter if it's a tank destroyer, a medium tank, a heavy tank, or even a light tank at that matter, you're gonna have a pretty tough time as this tank is a bit of a pest to deal with. So anyways, here we are, game number 2. We have a Bat Chat, an E50M, and an M48 Patton, along with a Leopard at that. This looks like it's medium fast, as we have both an even amount of mediums on both of our guys' teams. So let's see how we can fare well in this one. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and plot myself in a good position to where I can use my gun depression. So probably somewhere about right here, in case if the enemies decide to mosey on outward for the time being. So we're just going to stay put right here. Let's see what pokes on out in terms of their mediums. Alright. Staying put right here. Let's see. They have enemies over in B. Alright, so it looks like some of their enemies are off in base B. So that gives us the opportunity to get the A base. Unless if they have camping TDs off in the back. The only way that we'd be able to be sure of that is if we're spotted. Which it looks like that we're not. Alright, we got the M48 Patton off in the back. There's a nice chunker of damage into you. Alright, reloading once again. We're going to aim in on his hatch. Unfortunately, the shell didn't fly to exactly where I was aiming, but that is totally fine. Got the M48 once again. Another bounce on his hatch. That M48 is an extremely stupid tank to deal with in terms of that. Also had the E50 mosey on out. We were able to get a nice chunker into him. Alright, so it looks like the majority of their mediums are spotted off over here, so that gives us the opportunity to go directly in on them and try to take out. Alright, we got the Leopard mosey on out. There's a nice chunker for 306 into the side of his vehicle. Also got that 48 Patton right there as well. Oh, we got the Leopard as well. 346 chunker of damage into him. Leopard is finished off. We're going to go ahead and finish. Oh, never mind. He's going to finish him off for that matter. We also got the Patton. Oh, there's the 183. He misses his shell, unfortunately enough. So we're going to go directly on this Patton right here, get a hatching shell into him, mosey directly right on behind him right here, and then farm him to the best of our ability. And he is finished off, which is good. Alright, moseying onward towards this enemy 183 right here, as we are going to get the unfortunate bounce of the sentry, but he does finish off one of our guys, which is good. So now we can go ahead and finish him off, which is good. And now the remaining 2 enemies are over here, so let's go ahead and farm these guys. Okay, thank you for the love tab, Bat Chat. I really appreciate it. Alright, so continuing to mosey on forward. Let's see why we can fare well against these 2 heavies right here. Moseying on through. We got the E100 spotted. Oh, unfortunately, he moves right behind the wall at the last second. Alright, we got the VK72 over there as well. So, here comes the E100. We're going to go ahead and mosey directly right behind him. Fortunately, the shell missed, but that's totally fine. 2, 1. We're going to get a nice tap into the side of his vehicle. 331 damage. 3, 2, 1. Having our adrenaline on still. And getting all the shell low rolls. I see. Well, I can't complain. Wargaming didn't want to give me the benefit of the doubt and kill that E100, but that's totally fine. Another victory at that, doing close to 3,000 damage, 2910 at that, pulling out a 3rd class, and putting up some pretty solid stats, doing top on the team once again. Alrighty, and now we are going to be getting into game number 3. And that was a very fast queue load time. So anyways, let's see what they got in terms of their mediums. A 4202 and a Companzer 50-ton. Alright. What do we have? We also have a Object 140. Alright. A deadly tank with deadly amounts of DPM. Alright. So let's see how we can do in this one. So I want to make sure before I poke on out over here is see what tanks they would have that are pushing upwards over towards A side. So I'm just going to poke on out just a little bit and see what ends up coming on through this little gap right here over to A side. Unless if they have some guys that are probably going to try to use their gun depression at that. Oh, we have an AFK Object 140, which is unfortunate. Well, okay. He looks like he's coming back alive. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, he's not coming alive. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go over with my team over here. So let's see what we can do. Alright, they have a mouse over to the side right there. Oh, looks like the meds over there are pecking him off. All right, we got the 215B over there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stay put right here with our 50B. Let's see if this 215B decides to poke, unless if we got the 183 over to the side right there. Getting a nice tap for 360 into his vehicle. So we got our adrenaline on. Let's see if this 215B is going to poke. Probably not, but we do end up seeing a little bit of his hole right there. There we go, 329 shunker into him. All right, it's reloading once again. Let's see if that 183 is going to poke on out once again for that matter. Probably not, but that's totally fine. All right, our Object 140 is unfortunately taken out for that as well. So let's see. They got a VK72 over to the side. I want to see if he ends up poking on out. He is over there as a matter of fact, so I really want him to move on forward so I can get a chunker of damage into him. Oh, that's exactly what he's doing at the moment. And he hits that. That's crazy. All right. Well, I was able to get him back for that at 289, but that's not really that much. Oh, we got a Comp Panzer 50-ton right there. That is a very unfortunate bounce. All right. So anyways, I do want to be careful because there's a 183 over to the side right there. There's a nice chunker into the Comp Panzer 70. Reloading once again. We're going to try to see if we can get another chunker of HP dealt into this Comp Panzer. There we go. 330 chunker into you. Backing on up still at the moment. So we still got that Comp Panzer still out in the open right there. Not able to spot him yet again, which is unfortunate, but we got the 4202 moseying on up, so I'm just going to try my best to hold off the enemies from pushing on out right here. Our XM is probably going to be taken out in the process. All right, so here comes the Comp Panzer once again. I'm actually going to mosey on up. Oh, never mind, there's the VK. There's a nice chunk of a 339 into him. All right, reloading once again. I'm going to try to hold this off to the best of my ability. Here comes the VK once again. Unfortunately, not able to get the shell into you. All right, going to back on up just a little bit. We got the 4202 coming on in now. You're able to get a nice chunker into his turret. Backing on up because that Comp Panzer is going to mosey on through. Exactly. Unfortunately, another troll bounce on this guy. And I get finished off by the 183. Not like that we were going to win that battle anyways. Our team couldn't hold off in the end, especially when you have somebody named Oliveira Marquez on your team that doesn't even know how to play an E5. And he's going to get chunkered. There we go. And he's going to get chunkered again. Oh, the IS-4 got ammo racked. And that is how you can already tell that this team sucked booty. Well, I can't complain. We put up a solid fight. It wasn't the STB's fault in that matter. It's just that we couldn't hold to the best of our ability on that one. 2303 in this one. Can't complain. And yeah, when you have an AFK, that's how you can already tell that you've lost the game. But anyways, that just pretty much goes to show that the STB is still a very solid vehicle at the time being, as it will be prior to probably maybe the next update or the next couple updates. This vehicle is going to be receiving a nerf, probably on its armor, probably to balance it out for that time being. But I'm just going to enjoy the time being for this vehicle, as it is one of the deadliest mediums in the game. So hopefully you guys did end up enjoying today's video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to turn on those bell notifications while at it so you don't miss out on any new videos, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.